Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone here. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia Adam. I am Vedic Astrologer and Psychic Medium. So today we want to talk about Venus that moved to the sign of Cancer and how significant this placement is because it's opposing Saturn retrograde. Okay, so all I will divide my explanation two parts, and all the parts will be listed the timestamp. I mean, it will be listed in the description box. Okay, so let's start. So we have here Venus moving to the sign of Cancer, which is technically on 7th of August. Okay, of course, it depends wherever you are. Some places will be considered as 7th, and the Northern Hemisphere will be on 6th of August, okay? So you have to use your own placement or location. All right. So we have Venus here finally moved to the sign of Cancer. Why I want to emphasize about it? Because it's a pretty kind of karmic placement for Venus right now because of the nature that K2 is sitting in Libra that ruled by what? By Venus, right? And we have Taurus. Taurus technically is not really afflicted. It doesn't have any aspect so far. But I want to focus on the nature of Libra itself, why it's right now it's occupied by K2, right? And then we have Venus will be opposing Saturn retrograde, which is in the what? In the natural Karapush of 10th house and Capricorn. All right. So what does that mean? Or how the things will kind of manifest, okay? Main theme that we have for Venus right now, because it's somehow connected to what? To Libra and connected to the Taurus. But I will be more focused on Libra sign here, okay? And the natural sign of the Cancer. Both of them, if you are noticed, they are actually connected to our emotion, our stability, our connection to others, because we as a human, right, somehow our mental stability, emotional stability, the way how we deal with people, the way how we deal with our life, somehow somewhere will be affected by others. Either we're gonna affect them or they're gonna affect us. It's just a common human being that we live with people, isn't it? Right. So we have Venus here is actually in the sign of home, sign of related to home, comfort zone, our nourishment, our deep emotion that connected to our mother. Again, it's like kind of subconscious emotions, all are stored in the sign of Cancer or the fourth house. Okay? And then we have a Libra. We know in the basic astrology, Libra always connected to relationship and partnership and mainly marriage. It could be, of course, like friendship, although friendship can be seen from the other placement, but mainly friendship, marriage, it's seen from Libra. And right now, it's what? K2 is occupying already Libra sign, right? So what we can see here, what's going on, there can be some, how can I say, past experiences, past relationship, past connections might show up during this time in order for you to heal that karma, because Saturn here is here. Saturn is opposing Venus. Saturn is looking at Venus here, right? So Saturn is looking at Venus and asking Venus right now, okay, I will trigger you emotionally. I will kind of like poking you mentally, could be, or I will shake your comfort zone. But during this time, it's not going to be about you. It will be mostly connected to people, mostly connected to others. As if like this period will be a time where we're going to solve part of our karma that connected to people. So in the last few days, I would say, or last period, especially since last new moon, I noticed that past relationships somehow start to pop up in people's life, and people who there in their life, I mean, they kind of departing or like breaking up or like separating, something like that going on. So what's going on is that, again, Saturn right now is really triggering. We have here Cancer, right? And where Venus is. So it's like, I will bring for you, as if like Saturn saying, I will bring for you past relationship, past connections in order for you to heal from it because Ketu is here. And when the timing where this theme might start to, how can I say, start to get highlighted, I would say, it's when we get into the full moon, which full moon will happen on 11th of August, okay, which is, that's mean in next few days, 11th to 12th. It depends where you are in the planet, okay? So, but let us talk about in general mundane level. We have here Venus in Cancer. So Venus in Cancer naturally is excellent. Venus in nature is a watery planet, okay? And then when it's transiting water sign, that means we can see there will be a highlighting of emotions. People will become more emotional again. People will become more open to their emotion, more open to be vulnerable towards each other. There is a focus, let's say, I want to spend more time with my family, I want to spend more time with my mother, but also be careful. Venus transiting water sign mostly can indicate some sort of expenses. Like, for example, yeah, I just want to spend good time with my family. I want to travel. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it can really draining financially. All right. Who gonna feel this the most? I think people who have dominant Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra, they are the most people who gonna feel it. Leo also can feel it because that's mean Venus will be transiting their second house, 12th house. Yeah. Gemini also can feeling it because Venus will be transiting their second house of money, finance, and family. Okay. So these are the people where they might feel like, okay, I have to kind of maybe adjust my budget during this time, putting things in order and things like that. Okay. Venus in Cancer will be there until like beginning of September. Okay. But Venus in general is very good in Cancer. Okay. People are very emotional. People are very open, very sensual nature. They want to feel others. They are compassionate. So Venus in Cancer is okay. It's considered to be okay. But the issue that's going on right now that it's opposing Saturn. So opposing Saturn, it can be triggering. Depend on where is Capricorn house in your chart, it will start to poke the Cancer sign or Cancer house placement in your chart. Let's say, for example, this one. Here we have Aries ascendant, right? So that means we have Saturn is kind of poking the structure or foundation of the house. It can be like, for example, some issue might show up at home where you need to reconsider, you will be very emotional about it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it, and things like that. Let's say, for example, I have, let's say we have Sagittarius ascendant, let's say, for example. Okay. Okay. So now that's mean we have Saturn in the second house, and then we have Venus in the eighth house, right? So usually it can indicate also like kind of hidden truth might show up during this time related to family. Maybe there can be some fear or hesitant or like being skeptical about the structure, foundation of family or the financial, how can I say, financial status of the family. Okay, so it will depend which house is it your Cancer sign will be. It will be very triggered and that house will be very emotional. Okay, so let's say, for example, I have Taurus. I'm just gonna take random question examples here. So we have, for example, Venus is in the third house, right? So in the third house, it can be considered as a house of sibling, house of friends, house of communication, house of intellectual, how courageous I am, or how bold I am, right? To express myself. During this time, for Taurus folk, it can be considered like they can be very emotional, they can be very, how can I say, um, their speech will be driven by their emotional kind of, how can I say, moodiness. It can be, their speech can be a bit, although their speech is good, it's not like they are harsh in speech, but because of Venus, it will be highlighted as they may become kind of emotional or more sensual or more like kind of romantic, compassionate, things like that. Okay, it can be triggered either in the good way or in bad way. It will depend on your chart, in a sense like how many point of Ashtak Varga do you have. Is Ashtak Varga of Venus transiting your Cancer is good or not, right? This is one point. Second point, are you actually going through Venus activation? It's like, are you going to Mahadasha, Antardasha, or Priyantardasha of it? Okay. But like in general, Venus transiting Cancer here is good, but it can be very triggering during this time because of Saturn placement. Okay. And then last point I would like to mention here is about the activation that's going to happen. Let me get it back here. All right. Let me delete this. Okay. Back this on. Okay. The triggering point, I think it will be around the full moon, the full moon, it's not the new moon. The full moon that's going to happen. Okay. It will be, I think, around 12. Is it 12? I think it's 11. Let's see. It depends wherever you are in the planet. Okay. I live in Malaysia. I'm an Asian part of the world. So it will be 11th here. I think in Northern Hemisphere, it will be on 10th. That's me. All right, cool. So we are here having, you can see here that we have Saturn and Moon in the 10th house, and then we can have Venus and Sun in the 4th house of Kalapush Kundali. I'm not going to get deep into this because we're going to explain it more. Okay, I will create a vlog and video about it, but you can see here that how this full moon will activate something related to relationship and partnership. That's kind of, I don't want to say for sure, but most of people will get very extremely triggered by others. Like people can get very annoyed from each other, especially again, people who has Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn placement. Either their moon there, either their, for example, ascendant or their Mahadasha Lord in these signs. Okay? It's considered as, I would say, I don't want to say ending, but this can be an ending, a new beginning of certain relationship. Depend on the circumstance, of course, of your life. But this is very kind of karmic period where people that you have a karmic connection with, they will start to show up in your life and kind of demanding from you to pay your karma towards them. And let's say, for example, if there are people who should be out of your life and should depart, most probably you will see that kind of, how can I say, a strong energy of detachment, breakup, separation might happen or might get into full circle during this full moon. Full moon is a full circle. That means there is something completed, something is ending. We are starting a new beginning, right? Which is the new moon. So there is something being completed during 11th of August onward. Of course, when we are doing a prediction for the full moon, you have to give 5 days prior, 5 days before and 5 days after. These 5 days, I would say it can be like a highlighted period. It's not necessary that the event itself will happen on 11th of August, so you just have to give it some space, give it some time. Yeah, I think that's what exactly I wanted to alert people about Venus In Cancer, it's like you have to be, how can I say, more aware, more conscious about your emotions. And you can see even here that we have, just a second, okay. Even here, during the full moon, we have, what they call it, Taurus. Taurus will be occupied by Mars. This is a whole another story though. This is really highlighting something connected to economy. So there can be some economic changes, economic, I don't know, um, reset, I would say, during this time. So Venus is extremely, extremely highlighted because of opposition with Saturn, which is again either it will connect with relationship or it will connect with economy. It's not, I'm not gonna say that, oh, the economy will crash, because actually we are in the middle of that. So I think it will come into like resetting. Yeah. Let's hope for the best, you know what I mean? So let's hope for the best. I will create a different kind of vlog and video about Mars here in Taurus, because it will remain there for quite a while and it will go retrograde back and forth in Taurus. So yeah, so I think that's it. I just wanted to give like a quick update about Venus in Cancer. So thank you so much for watching. And if you want to read my vlogs, other articles, learning astrology, please check the description box where it will link you to my website, and you can book also astrological reading and consultation via my website. So thank you so much for your time and wish you to have wonderful transit with Venus in Cancer. So see you soon. Bye.